Hey, what is up guys? Miguel here, and today, second day I've recorded in a row during the week, so that's very exciting. It means that I'll have more time on my hands. Gotta get this shit out of here. So today is actually going to be a very special video. Today I'm actually going to tell you guys, my life story. I know some of you are probably like, oh, his life story, oh, this is going to be really emotional and like weird and stuff. I ran out of words to say. But actually, this is actually going to be one of the most important videos because it ties into all of the rest of the video journals. Sorry, I'm kind of out of it. Let's start from the beginning. So I was born April 21st, 1998 in Guatemala City. Yes, you heard me, Guatemala City. Guatemala, the country just south of Mexico. My parents put me up for foster care. And I went through about 3 foster homes, and then my parents, my mom and my dad, came into Guatemala, went to go pick out a child, and they found my sister, so they started filling out paperwork for her, and then they found me, and they started filling out paperwork for me, but the paperwork for me was delayed about a year. So my sister was adopted before I was, and my dad had to come out a year later to finish the paperwork and come and get me. So I came to the States, and I lived on the beach, like near the beach of Santa Monica down in California. And we lived in a small apartment. So at that time, I think my mom was still doing college classes, even though she was like late 40s, maybe 50s. But they soon got a house. It was 1 story, and they wanted to make plans to make it 2-story because we're children and we're probably going to need our own rooms. At this point, we were sharing a room that my mom used for sewing, I believe, and then they drew up all the plans to make it 2-story, and then after that was done, they had rooms, so my sister's room and then my room upstairs and then their room downstairs. We lived in that house for about 11 years. And those 11 years were actually pretty cool. It was actually a very decent house. I really liked it. Then in the summer of 2010, one morning my parents got in a really big fight. And my sister and I were getting ready to go to a camp where we went out to the beach and we surfed. And then my mom and my dad were having a big fight, and my sister was freaking out, and I was kind of freaking out. So my parents then went outside and they talked for a bit, and then they came back in, and then they told us that they decided to get a divorce. So yeah, I was in about 2010. Let's see. I think I was about in 6th grade. I was almost done with 6th grade. So I was 12 at the time. Yeah, I think it was 6th grade. But anyways, so my parents were getting divorced, and we were going through this whole thing. My dad moved all his stuff out, and he was living in a cottage near the beach again. So he was still working and stuff, but he was seeing this other woman, who is now my stepmom. And they had this custody thing where every other weekend we would spend the weekend at my dad's cottage. That was a little bit troubling. I mean, I don't completely blame my sister or anything. There was just some, confrontations and stuff like that. But pretty soon I was told that I was legally allowed to have a lawyer, so I got appointed a lawyer. And they were like, oh, you're old enough to decide who you're going to live with. So I was like, okay. And I actually chose to live with my dad, due to him not being home very often, other stuff like that. But, it took about, I believe it took about a year, so it was 2013, where I actually, the plans were actually finalized. And at the time, I was dating a girl named Ariana, and I was moving away, so it was really hard to maintain a relationship. And apparently she cheated on me while I was moving away, so I let go of her. And then, well, she let go of me practically, so I just kind of said, okay, whatever. So I just stopped talking to her. That's not important. Off topic, sorry. And then I moved to Arizona. I went to 8th grade at a school called Madison Meadows. It's actually not that far from where I am right now. And that's kind of where all the crazy shit happened, like where I was all doing all this stuff. I was lying, and I was forging signatures on school papers that were not important and had nothing to do with legal stuff. It just pretty much said that I had to get it signed if I was doing my work and stuff, and obviously I wasn't, because I was still kind of weirded out. And I had this addiction. I will not discuss it now. I will actually discuss it in a different video, hopefully soon. And my dad and my stepmom made arrangements to send me away. And they didn't quite tell me what was going on. They told me like the day that we were leaving, so they were like, okay, we're going. And I was like, I had no idea where we were going. And halfway through the drive to wherever we were going, to Utah actually, they told me, oh, you're going to boarding school. Got there and I realized this was not boarding school at all. Boarding school had uniforms. Boarding school was actual live teachers, but instead I was doing online school and intense therapy. So it was a treatment facility. Just to let you know that I was not doing any drugs or alcohol or doing anything illegal. So I stayed at the first residential treatment center, which was all boys, for about 9 months. And then about a week before I was supposed to graduate that program, I was sent to another one. I was alerted about the day before I had to go, so I had about 13 and a half hours to get packed and to say goodbye. And that was heartbreaking. And then I went to the second one, which was co-ed, and that's where I met all these wonderful people. I attended Alateen meetings because I thought it was helpful, but still, it was a horrible experience. Just like in a nutshell, there were these really good like little tiny moments where I really enjoyed it, but there were other moments where I just wish that I could go somewhere else. I graduated that program, and in October 18th of 2014. So it's almost been a year since I've been back, and ever since then I've been back. All this other stuff has happened. I've been threatened to be sent back and all this other stuff. But right now I proceeded to complete my junior year last year, which was great, and I am now in my senior year. And actually, the high school that I'm going to is where I actually met my very lovely girlfriend. Her name's Ashley. She's supported me through a lot, and you know, I really love her, and all that wonderful stuff that you guys probably think I'm gonna say about a girlfriend. So I won't go much into it, but yeah, I'd also like to thank for my step siblings for just being there. They understand that I wasn't at boarding school, even though that's where the parents told them that I was, and they understand that I'm going through all this stuff, and they supported me. And I would also like to thank everybody out there who has watched or liked or subscribed or comment on my videos. Thank you for all the support. I made this channel recently because I noticed that I was having a little bit of a harder time, you know, getting through the days and stuff. So I kind of felt like it was going to be a little more beneficial for me to be able to post stuff online and to let people know that there are people out there and that I'm not alone, and there are people out there who do need support. And that is basically the layout, and that is a little more about me. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. I always will. And yeah, so the YouTube channel should be able to have more videos posted more recently and stuff like that. So that'll become more of a thing. And again, please leave a comment or hit that like button or that subscribe button. Whether you know me or not, I really don't care. Again, my Instagram is Miguel_Lucha, Lucha, no capitals. You guys will find me, and make sure to leave like little comments in there too, like ideas for videos and stuff. But yeah, so again, thank you very much for viewing, and it means a lot to me. It really doesn't matter what the number is, it just means a lot that there are people out there who watch these videos and continue to. So yeah, I think that's about it that I have for today. So again, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.